And it took me a while. I'll be honest with you guys, from an authenticity standpoint. It took me a long time to recognize that I had to give up control of the videos. As much as you can. Every platform as much as you can. So there's this debate of quality over quantity, and I break it down by numbers as much as I can. If you post on Facebook every single day you make a post on Facebook and 200 people see it because your content gets slightly deranked, 200 people see it, at the end of the week you have 1,400 views. If you post once in that week, that post might get 1,300 impressions. Just a little bit less, so quantity always wins if you can produce every single day. The problem is you need authentic content, you need to make lots of content, and you have to get it out, which takes resources. If you can, post as much as possible. However, if you can't, you can start to focus on those quality pieces, put more time into them, and put them out on a 1 to 2 times per week kind of schedule. It's also different for every platform. So Twitter, you can post significantly more than on Facebook and on LinkedIn. It just depends on where you're going. Which platform do you focus on?
LinkedIn. So I'm B2B. So
yeah.
I deal with only business owners. So how do
I post to LinkedIn once a week. I do find that if I post too frequently to LinkedIn, then it does get a little more deranked than I want. So once a week for LinkedIn is my sweet spot. However, you could post more if you wanted to. You could do 2 or 3 times, depending on your content. If you try to change up the content too, post a video, post a static post, post a graphic, post an article, all of them are going to go differently. You can now post documents, try to post as many different things as you can. Yes, sir.
Are these strategies the same across the borders, across the world, per country? Are they specific?
They're not country specific, but our content's going to show, your content's going to show mostly to Canadians based on most of the algorithms. So you are catering to your demographic first. We call it you're catering to your niche first. Try to build content that's going to relate to your audience and your geographical area, but it can, the cool thing about social media is it can translate across the world with a click of a button, and that's where the power is, and that's what we're talking about today.
So why do you say my content's going to be viewed in Canada?
If I post to TikTok today, it's going to show to Canadians first.
I see.
So at the end of the day, I'm catering my content to Canadians first. If I lived in the US, it would show to US first. So
what do you do to change that?
You can't. Our geographical location is here. You're building content. If you build your audience, let's say your audience is built from mostly Australia and US, then your audience is going to see your video and it's going to show to more people related to your audience. You're going to get recommended to people that are like-minded to your audience, and you can build yourself out from that. But if you're starting on a base level, recognize that focus on your sphere first, focus on your niche first, it's going to make a difference. Yes?
What type of creative control would a videographer want?
Well, they want as much as they can. I can say that for Q at the back. He wants full control. And it took me a while. I'll be honest with you guys, from an authenticity standpoint. It took me a long time to recognize that I had to give up control of the videos. So once I did that, we produced significantly more. Almost double the production of videos from when I had more control of where that was going. So you want to give up as much as you feel comfortable with, and as much as possible. Yes?
So what type of control would they want specifically?
They want control. They want control of how they put it together, how they put the story together. They want control of the color grading that they use, the music that they use, the transitions that they use. Each time that you change those things, it takes resources away. So if you give them control, the creative control to do it, it's going to speed up the process. And they want as much control as they can. Q's going to be laughing at the end of this when he puts this clip together, but yeah, give them as much control as you can. You still need to have your say and your authenticity go into it. It's important for that video to represent who you are. But at the same time, if you want to produce a ton of content, you're going to have to give up some of that control and allow them to create videos that go into your data bank. Yes, Kelly?
Adding to what you're saying, is I actually think that sometimes the videographers can actually tell the story better than you can yourself. And so I know for myself, with my story, my production company did my documentary about my life story, and the trailer that they did is incredible. But then when Goldcast did a whole nother video about my story, it's like, oh my God, I didn't even see that story. And it's so cool, and I can show those videos. It's amazing.
Based on what we've learned, Rev 1 is always better than Rev 12. All the time, across the board. And it's just because that first revision or the second revision, the early revision of your video, is the most authentic to your content. And as you start to play with it, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Maybe not in your head at that time, but 6 months later, when you look back at those videos and you look at the mistakes that you made and you keep correcting, you'll know what I'm talking about.